this is like when you play FIFA them times, and you hit the crossbar 7 times, and someone counterattacks and beat you 1-0. That's
I'm not.
do you know the days when I don't know the powers that be just decide it ain't gonna be your day today.
Yeah, nah, I hear you,
Yeah,
man.
man.
It's a long day, nearly the end of the day, though, innit? So can switch off and relax, man. But do you know what I was gonna ask you? Because I can't remember if we spoke, about Snowfall, the program. So
I don't think I've seen it.
that's like The Wire. So it's like The Wire. But what I was gonna ask you, that's what got me thinking. But what have you been watching lately? I know I talk to you all the time, but I never, like, I'm bored of watching the same stuff in it. I know you watch some decent stuff, so.
Sorry, Snowfall, is that the one where it's got the same cast as The Wire?
No.
Is that no? It's the next one.
No, you're on
Okay.
about what's the one? You're on about the one with Thingy and I can't remember his name.
It's gonna bug me. I need to find.
It's quite recent though, isn't it? Because HBO made it. It's got his name Poot's in it.
Yeah, he's in it, and the Donnie
he's
from
a detective though, isn't it?
the big Don from Walking Dead and Punisher.
Yeah. It's called is it called like City Lights or something mad?
I need to find this. It's gonna bug me. Oh, We Own This City.
We Own This
That's
City.
what it's called.
Yeah. Now, do you know what? I started watching that, but I couldn't get into it. Like, it was weird because isn't it like about a corrupt police officer or something as well?
I think so. I started to watch the first episode, and then it was too weird that all the bad guys from The Wire were good guys in this thing.
It's a bit weird.
It was too. It's like watching Boys in the Hood, but like Trey and them and are the bad guys. They're playing the bad roles, they're older.
Ricky's letting off shots on everyone.
Yeah. It was weird, and I've seen The Wire about 4 times. I couldn't undo that.
I couldn't unwire The Wire.
Yeah, The Wire.
Boss.
Yeah. No, what have I been watching? So, what have I been watching? The Gangs of London. That's one.
What do you think of that? What you finished?
I've enjoyed it. It's straightforward. I don't need to think too much. There's a couple of plot twists, but nothing too mad. It's just about the violence.
Don't you think it's a bit far-fetched though?
A bit what?
Far-fetched. Like, not real. Like, that's even when like the way, I can't remember his name, the ginger guy, I can't remember his name. If he's ginger, no offense to gingers, but
Donnie from I know the one that's in Peaky Blinders.
Yeah,
I think he's Arthur or something. Yeah, that Don.
Don't you think like the way he talks, like that's not how Londoners talk, or English people? Come to think of it,
it's a weird one for a lot of for the accents and casting reasons, because the parents are Irish, but he talks like he's a posh guy.
Yeah, it's weird.
But then the brother has like a Cockney accent as well.
It's weird.
So it's that's quite confusing, and the sister sounds a bit Cockney as well.
So I thought it was a weird dynamic, man. I thought that was weird. You know, another thing that's weird like that. I don't know if you watched that, like on Netflix. Yeah.
I didn't. It got a bit weird after. I think I watched it up to season 2, and then it was getting a bit.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah, man. It felt like stalker porn. It was weird, like voyeurism and thing.
This next one, the latest one, you should hear the accents in there because they sound like aristocrats, man. They sound like they're from, I don't know what year, what century they thought they
1522.
Yeah, like they try to pick out like these people, and the accents are just mad. Like you're watching it and you think, nah, like this is someone clearly from America who thinks this is how London potentially should be. Not saying that's what it is, but that's what they should be in their eyes. That's their like adaptation of London in today's world. Mad. Like when I heard the accents, I was like, are they acting like in terms of acting in the act?
Yeah.
Or is it their actual voice that they're trying to put on for the thing? But mad one. But
I saw a couple clips, but yeah, it was weird because they made a weird reference that I think wasn't geographically correct. But it was so weird. It would have been, like you said, it was someone's interpretation of what either that ends was or what's going on in that ends. But the way that the shots I've seen of the surroundings and the area is like, what consistent part of London is that? Because I ain't been to no place like that. Maybe that's why. Maybe it's not places I would go, innit?
It's a bit mad still, but there's one program, man. I think I might have spoke to you about it before, called The Jinx.
I never seen that stuff.
Yeah, you gotta watch The Jinx, man. Every time I tell people about The Jinx, it makes me want to go and watch it again. But it's only like a mini docu-series, so it's like a 5-part thing, true thing, like a true documentary. I'm not going to try and spoil it too tough, because I know if you watch it then you'll be pissed off. But the way that this thing ends, the whole thing, actually, the first episode is rubbish because it's just like how his upbringing is. Basically, he's a wealthy man, like Robert Durst. He's dead now, but he's basically part of like a tycoon, like a billionaire tycoon, born into wealth and all this stuff. Has a mad upbringing, but then things happen along the way, and and then this is like true story. Like, there's a cameraman just filming him, and then at one point, like episode 3, this cameraman or producer, director decides he wants to base a film on this guy, Robert Durst. And then he starts I suppose when you do that, you got to kind of like get to know the person to then make the film, if that makes sense. You can't just make a film based on someone, so you have to kind of spend time with them and all that. So he starts doing that, he's documenting stuff, but then as he's doing it, he's digging into his life and finding out some mad things. So then come the end of the documentary, it's just honestly the last episode 5, because the first time I watched it, I think I had to log off work and just like take a moment, because I was like, no, that is mad, one of the maddest things. But yeah, The Jinx, it's on Sky now. It's on Sky Atlantic or one of them, like the weird channels.
So it should be on Now TV and that.
Yeah, it's on one of them. The Jinx, it's good, man, proper good.
Why are you always watching these heavy mad life and death?
Nah, but they're interesting. Nah, they've always like, see, when it comes to like Murder Detectives and The First 48 and Banged Up Abroad, all of them programs always like interest me, because more so because it's real life. I hate watching. That's what I just said to you. If it's something that's like far-fetched or like it just doesn't seem real, that's probably why I don't watch like certain things like Game of Thrones. Do you know what I mean? Because it's just not something I can, not to say that it's crap.
Into the sci-fi thing,
yeah. Like there's everyone's different in it. Like there's certain things I just can't like relate to. But then see, when it comes to like Murder Detectives and documentaries and shit like that, that's me all over. I'll watch them before I watch anything else. But yeah, man, a lot's been going on, man. Big week in football.
Massive week.
Big
Where
week,
do we
man.
even start?
Big week. I think we got to start with the I was gonna say the elbow, man. The people's elbow, the people's elbow. The people's elbow, man.
Lionel's elbow.
Lionel's elbow, man. That was one of the maddest things I think I watched this weekend. What's your thoughts? What's your take on it, actually? What do you think about it?
I can see why he did it, and I think he forgot where he was. Do you know? It's one of them things where, you know, at work sometimes when someone is talking the maddest smack in front of other people, like they obviously don't know you personally, so they're trying a thing to make themselves look big. And I think for a split second, he forgot that he was at work. And we've all been there.
100%.
Yeah, because the thing is, there's a few people saying, I should be, you know, condemned and banned and all of that. And it's funny how, again, the narrative, like, you know, you've got to feel sorry for him and it's a hard job. And it's like, no, I just want to, whatever energy has been the energy, I want that energy. I want that Mitrovic, Paul Pogba energy, because he's elbowed the guy. I want that Eric Cantona energy. He's elbowed someone. If I did that, if someone's behind me, actually, football's a bit different, but if I was at work and I did that to someone, or even if I was at a bus stop and I did that to someone, we ain't doing this episode. I'm in a cell.
Arrested, yeah, 100.
What about you?
You know what I think, but I just think Cersei right, innit? Sorry, you can't. You see, the thing is, yeah, like he was wrong. The referee. Let me say that bit first before I start jumping off on the madness. But the ref can't do that. Like, he can't do that because, to be fair, like I'm laughing and joking about it, but he could have snapped his jaw. He could have, do you know what I mean? Could have put him unconscious. Like we don't know. So I'm just saying, like, we don't know. It only takes one bang to the head and you're dead. You know, like it could be anything. Nah, I'm just saying. I know that's extreme.
I know it's not funny, but that escalated quick. But yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you hit a person the wrong way. They fall the wrong way on the wrong thing.
Yeah, come on, man. You don't know if he's got something wrong in his head. One little elbow, and do you know what I'm saying? But I know why he done it though. I know why he done it.
Go on.
Because he is the type of player that will rile you up during the game. And you got to remember as well, and I'm not trying to back the linesman, because I've seen a lot of people saying, oh, people are backing the linesman. Da, da, da. I'm not even trying to do that, but you got to remember, these men are getting stick from the fans and stick from the players. There's only so much a man's going to take before he busts in your face, you know. I'm sorry, like, the man are getting called everything from the fans. Their fans are right there next to them.
Yeah, it's intimate.
90
like, it's
minutes.
Really intimate.
A man's telling you about your wife, your kids, you, everything, your nan, your mum, your dad, all of that for 90 minutes, and then you got a player coming up to you. You see, Robertson just walks down like the tunnel. Doesn't even happen. Let's remember that. I think this is where we go back to that thing. I can't remember what example I was using to someone the other day, but this goes back to that thing where if you don't be fast and you're not just in people's business or in someone's face, then things don't happen to you. 100%. They don't happen to you because you ain't putting yourself in that. He puts himself in a position to get elbowed. Let's remember that bit. We forget about that bit, but we talk about the elbow. But if he just walks down the tunnel, yeah, he might be pissed off.
It's half time.
Yeah, you get me. Like, obviously he's pissed off at something, but there's a way of doing it. Either do it through your manager, or
captain, isn't it?
Your captain, or you have a word in private. Go knock on his door at half time, and then elbow him if you want to elbow him. Do you know what I mean? But you're right. I think in terms of the linesman, he was out of line. Do you know what I mean? 100%. But everyone deserves an elbow. I'm sorry, they do. Like, if you're in someone's face and he kind of grabs him, I know people saying he didn't, but he kind of puts his arm on him. Like, I'm sorry, if someone done that to you in work, Kieren, you haven't done something. You haven't done this. What I told you to do this, and they grab you like that. What are you gonna go? Oh yeah, sorry, boss. Now you're gonna go, what? Boom, get out my face. 100%. Yeah. So I mean, I wouldn't do it in that scenario, but you know what I'm saying? Like, you instinct reaction, you might do it. Do you get what I'm saying? It's a bit.
But mad. I think see, I can't remember what I was listening to. I reckon it would have been something on The Athletic, but they were referring to I can't remember what sport it is, but you have like the zone, so you're not allowed to go in that zone where the linesman is. So it's a bit tricky in football because obviously where you have the throw in, the linesman is there. But 100%, I agree with you in that he fast up himself and went. Then he started crying like a little baby and it was a little brush as well.
Did you hear
Rocky? Do you know what I mean? Like he's there like, oh, did you see that? Did you? And it's like,
saying that though, cause that was an elbow, man. No, that was an elbow. That was a big elbow he gave him, you know, like, because on the camera you see Robinson's face like move, like it's an elbow issue like that. His face went like that a little bit, so it was an elbow.
It's okay, it's true, yeah, but it's not like, you know, like when you stub your toe on a bed, you might do a little thing, but that hurts. It wasn't like that. So my thing is, you're fasting yourself up, you're giving it all of that. Man, give you a little elbow, like, just, it's not even a massive elbow, like a Ben Thatcher thing. It's a little tap in the face, and he's like, "Oh, my face is set, big man." Then man's elbowed you. I'm not inciting violence, obviously, but it's like, why are you there? If you're there, do something, can it? And then don't start crying and whining. And I'm starting to sound like Ray Keane, but I just thought it was quite. Yeah, I just thought it was quite ironic. I thought it was ironic, really. And then he's complaining. And that's like, well, why did you go over there? And what did you expecting?
It's a mad one. It's a mad one.
Linesman will get banned anyway, I think. How long do you think he's? Do you think he's done for good, or you don't think he's going to get banned? Like, what do you think?
Unless they've done it without sort of public knowledge, I thought they would have done that the day after, or even like this week. and we're already creeping into, what day is it tomorrow? Friday. So you'd think that something would have come
Shit.
out. You know what I mean? Like, so maybe they've done it and tried to just push it under the carpet because it's like a FA thing, and the FA don't want to look bad. Because if it was the other way around, that would have been dealt with
Oh
by
yeah, done.
Wednesday. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? It would have been case closed. So maybe they've just pushed it under the carpet and just like hope people forgot about it. But if they haven't done that, it'd be mad to see him at a game on Saturday. Man, just because he was a big guy as well, like he wasn't like some skinny
Yeah,
little
yeah,
Howard
yeah.
Webb guy. He was
Yeah.
like big, muscular, like
Stacked.
linesman. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
thinking you're in the wrong job, man. You should be
Is it
100
like a
kg.
bouncer, isn't
Yeah,
it?
trust me. Like he's lifting weights in the gym. So keeping it on the violence. Football and violence seems to be the topic. But Sadio Mane, man, Leroy Sane, man
So
gave him a
what
little.
you posted in the group, I think for context,
Yeah,
for
sorry,
anyone that
context it.
either isn't following football or it doesn't know what we're talking about, man. So and you can fill in the gaps. So Man City versus Bayern, Champions League quarterfinal. Bayern have won a competition before. Man City ain't. Bayern gets slapped 3-0 by Man City. So there's another game, but it's pretty much done. Then there's reports of so it's a fight in the changing room, but essentially the latest rumor, we have to say rumor, is that Sane said something maybe discriminative or quite offensive, and Mane punches him in the face, and then Mane's suspended from. Have I got that right? Mane's been suspended by the club pending
Pretty,
investigation.
pretty much. I think so. The argument started on the pitch. It was like full time.
Okay, because I didn't watch it. Yeah.
Yeah, full time. Let me just fix my mic. Full time. You see them sort of arguing a little bit, and that apparently led into the dressing room. And I'm going to say what you said because I'm sorry. You see, if this was John Terry, this would be a whole different conversation people would be having. Because it's Sane, I feel like people are going, if he said that shit, man. I'm sorry. There's no way Mane during Ramadan. Remember Ramadan? Ramadan's a big thing to Mane. There's no way that this guy, and he's a placid guy from the looks of it. Like the only time I saw Mane lose his shit was when Salah never passed him the ball against Burnley. There was a game and he lost it with
He had
Salah.
enough in it.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
day.
He was mad with Salah. He was vexed. It's the only time I've seen Salah pissed off. Mane's pissed off. That man said that shit. I'm sorry, to punch someone in the face in front of your teammates. That's mad.
Oh, yeah, that's it's an important context. Yeah, they're on the same team. For
Yeah,
anyone that doesn't know,
yeah,
but
man. He ain't just punch up
yeah.
like the opposition or elbowed someone. He punched man in the face. So whatever you said to him, do you get what I'm saying? So when it was John Terry, we said, oh, no, he said that shit. Because it's Sane, it's like we're going, oh, but maybe, did he? No, he said that shit, 100%. Because man punched him in the face.
This wasn't like a little sweeping elbow,
Bust his lip wide open. He had Sane walking out the airport the next day, holding his lip in so you couldn't see the cut. You know them ones. So, but to bring it down a notch, because I know I'm getting a bit on top of it, but I think, yeah, you're right in terms of the suspension, which I find weird because realistically, you should suspend both players, in my opinion, till it's sorted. Now, obviously, Bayern can't probably afford to suspend both because I think Sane's been playing pretty decent for them, and like Jesse said in the group, it tells you if it is true, which is what the majority of people are saying. If it's true, it tells you where the German Football Association or whoever consider racism to violence in that order. Do you know what I mean?
So my thing with that, which I'm wondering is, so if you punch someone as violent conduct in whatever workplace you're at, so you're going to get suspended anyway, and it is a legal matter, separate to the remark, the racist remark that we're thinking was said, and it's quite clear and quite visible. And I wonder, so every football club will have a HR department anyway for the players and staff and all of that. I do wonder if it will come out later, and I hope this is the case, that they have to investigate it and it's a lot harder to figure it out because it's been said. So I'm not excusing it, but I'm wondering, one is a bit more visible. If it's between the two of them, and it's Sane's word against Mane, and Sane's maybe denying it or whatever,
Yeah, but he said it in front of
to
his
prove
teammates.
it.
He said it. He said it in the dressing room in front of everyone, so everyone's heard him say it.
Yeah,
So
but
it's
you
not even
still
like a. It's not a he say
you
she
still got
say. It's like,
investigated though. Do you know what I mean? Like
yeah,
legally.
100%, 100. You got to investigate it. But if you're sitting amongst 20 people and someone calls you a black shit, like I'm sorry, but if 20 people heard that, there ain't no
Yeah.
investigation, because 20 people with ears just heard you. You called that to me. So what
No,
investigation?
agreed.
They both need investigating 100%, because did he say it in German? I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Not everyone in that dressing room is German. So did he say it under his breath? Did he? Do you know what I'm saying? Was it just an isolated incident in the dressing room where they were just sort of next to each
Yeah,
other?
yeah.
So I hear what you're saying, but from what I know, from what I've been told, and that's how the story got leaked out as well, was that he was just in the dressing room, like calm, like man,
Just said
told
it
you, just
like it
said
was
it.
nothing.
Man's playing for Germany and thinks raw. And there's the thing with him as well. The brother's got black in him, bro. Like, well, how can you be racist to another black man when you've got when you got the features? I don't get it. I don't get it. It's mad to me, man.
But it's a whole other topic, isn't it? With that, it's a weird one. I can't. It's hard to speculate about knowing all the details, but colorism comes to mind, isn't it? So
Yeah,
Mane
that's what I mean. That's what I'm
is
saying.
very dark skinned. I know Sane. I'm assuming he's mixed heritage, but I mean he's the same tone as me. So, and we know that exists, and I'm wondering. You got to think. I wonder what kind of household Sonny is growing up in. What people
Nah,
is
no,
around. This
he's
isn't
just
excusing it. I'm just for
to think that's
someone to
okay
have
to
that
say,
mindset.
like the way
I'm
he said it as
wondering.
well. If he said it, first of all, and if he did say it in front of people, you can't excuse that. That is pep. That is pep all over, rubbed off on him. Let's be
No,
honest.
definitely.
I'm sorry. We know what they're like over there in
No,
Manchester
yeah,
City.
yeah.
Bernardo Silva. Remember the Bernardo Silva thing? But
It's but you know what's quite ironic about that environment excuses that behavior.
yeah,
Do you know what
yeah,
I mean? So
yeah, yeah,
what
yeah.
you're saying is wrong, and Sane would have been there at that time. So given that that's the thing that was public, God only knows what was
What
going
says
on
behind closed
behind the
doors?
scenes exactly.